Greetings to everyone out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to NoDQ's predictions video for WWE Evolution 2018, the first WWE all-women's pay-per-view event from Long Island, New York. I have the boys here of NoDQ. The ladies of NoDQ will be doing their own review, so we got some competition, guys. We got to step up our game. First of all, Big G, how's it going, my friend?
I'm doing good. Enjoying this nice weather here, and I am ready for Evolution.
All right, well, I'm glad to have you on tonight because you have been keeping up to speed with NXT and in particular the Mae Young Classic, so you can give us some insight onto that. Now, Introducing a great guy. He's a moderator for NoDQ in the chat room, TJS. How's it going, my friend?
It's going good, man. I'm still a little bit shaken up about the Roman Reigns news.
Yes.
Very tragic, obviously. Thoughts and prayers are with him. But we get to talk about something positive today, and that's the first ever all-women's pay-per-view. WWE has not stopped plugging it. So, it has very high expectations. You know, they want us to really think that this is like the women's WrestleMania or something. So, should be interesting. Virtue, how are you, man?
I'm ready to do this preview, excuse me. But, bad news yesterday. But he's going to be back. Mark my words. I feel it.
We're all rooting for the guy.
He's going to be better than ever. And unfortunately, something tragic and bad that he has to go through and his family has to go through, it's going to get him over. So somebody's looking out for him from up above, man.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the show, which is currently scheduled to be 3.5 hours. Interesting length of the show, plus a 1-hour kickoff as of this video, as usual. Well, almost as usual. No kickoff match has been announced, so we'll just go ahead and go over the matches. We have 8 matches scheduled for this show. We have a 6-woman tag team match. We have Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. Now, on Raw this past week, we saw Ruby Riot pick up a win over Sasha. The Riot Squad got some momentum heading into the pay-per-view. So, for me personally, I'm just going to go with the standard, whoever wins on the final Raw before the pay-per-view, they lose at the pay-per-view. So I'm going to say the babyfaces win this. It's just a 6-woman tag team match. I think the good girls are going to win. Sasha, Bayley, and Natalya will pick up the win here. So, Virtue, your thoughts on this match? Do you even care?
I'd like to. Hey, Big G, we have Sasha and Bayley back together on a team. So, Aaron, that's a good prediction because of what typically happens. I don't know. I'm just feeling Riot Squad in this one. I don't know why. It's just one of those gut feelings. So maybe I just want to go against you this early on, but yeah, it's a 6-woman tag match. You know, this is going to be filler fodder in the show, which maybe a lot of the matches are going to feel like that. So I think Riot Squad's going to pull this one off. Ruby's going to get the victory, the pin.
All right, TJS.
Well, you can't spell women's wrestling without meaningless 6-woman tag match. We got to have it, and that's what we're getting, baby. I don't care about this match. I'm sorry. I'm going with what you said, Aaron. It's going to be the 50-50 booking. Riot Squad is not winning, so Bayley, Sasha, and Natalya, I think. By the way, we'll get to it later. Big G, what do you think?
Oh, man. So we're back at Bay High School. Another episode of Saved by the Bell. Bayley and Sasha are back together. They have Natty in their little clique against the disturbing Riot Squad. As you said, Ruby got the pinfall over Sasha. So I'm going with the 50-50 booking, and I'm going with Sasha, Bayley, and Natty to take the win.
All right, so Virtue's the lone man.
Go Riot Squad. Now I'm invested.
All right. I think it was just a match thrown together to get the women a spot on the pay-per-view, just to fill the card.
No, Aaron, they wouldn't do that.
I know, right? They would never, ever just throw a match on pay-per-view.
To be fair, they do that on regular pay-per-views.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? They'll probably just do a rematch on Raw anyway, so who cares who wins?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on here to the Women's Battle Royal. wait a minute. Do I have the participants here? Okay, yes I do. Okay. The participants. There are quite a few, actually. We have Tamina Snuka from Monday Night Raw, Billie Kay from SmackDown, and Payne Royce from SmackDown. From Raw, Ember Moon, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke. From SmackDown, we have Asuka, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Carmella, Lana, Naomi, and then we have some legends. We have Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Alundra Blaze, which I think is really interesting. I think this is her first match since her run in '95. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Geez.
Ivory, Kelly, Molly Holly, and we also have Maria from 205 Live now, and Zelina Vega. So that is the complete lineup. 21 people for this Battle Royal. So I think what we'll do for this is we'll have 2 predictions. Your top pick and your second pick, you get 2 points, predictions points for your primary pick winning, and 1 point if your secondary person wins. So, Big G, let's start with you. Your first and second pick for this match. I'm putting you on the spot.
Go ahead, Big G. I was going to take the first bump there, but go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm going to have my first pick. I'm going to go with, because the winner gets a title shot opportunity, correct?
Correct. I forgot to mention that. Thank you. That's why we have you on.
Well, my first pick, it'll be Nia Jax. I think she needs the win. She needs to pick up her momentum again after losing the title to Alexa and being gone with her little injury.
Right.
And the second pick, oh man, I don't know. That's a toughie.
Molly Holly.
I'm gonna have to.
What the hell?
I'm gonna go with Ember Moon. Nia Jax and Ember Moon.
Ooh, that's a solid pick there, Ember Moon. You know, I'll go ahead and go second here. I think this is a foolish pick, but I'm going to say it anyways. I think maybe Asuka's going to win this. I think like she has lost in the shuffle badly, and she needs something to get her momentum going again. Maybe have her face Charlotte. Maybe even have her face Rousey at a future pay-per-view. Instead of getting the SmackDown title shot, she gets, I said shot, my apologies, title opportunity. Maybe she'll go against Ronda instead. So I'm going to say Asuka. Go on a limb with that one. I could still see her losing, though. My second pick on this list, I'm actually going to agree with Big G. I'm going to go with Ember Moon as my second pick. So, TJS, you want to give us yours?
Yeah, I think that my first pick is Asuka because, I mean, I know she stood tall tonight on SmackDown Live, but geez, they have to start rebuilding her. I mean, She might not even be salvageable at this point, man. But, I mean, she does have the advantage in the Battle Royal type match, you could say. So hopefully she pulls this one out. And my second pick, I'm going to say Nikki Cross. Even though she's not in the match, I think that she's going to show up and maybe win the match because, I mean, she hasn't been called up yet, obviously. Sanity is nowhere to be found. So maybe Nikki Cross comes in and wins. I mean, it would definitely be a big surprise to the Battle Royal participants. So that's what I'm saying. Virtue?
Big G, I like your picks, but I'm going to switch them. My second pick will be Nia Jax. I want to say she'll win, right? Because, the relation to Roman, push her, give her a spot there, feel-good moment. Maybe touch Roman a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But we'll go with her as a second pick, and I say Ember Moon is going to win this and get the opportunity. That's what I feel. That's what I'll go with. I like Asuka, but I just don't trust them giving her a win. So maybe she'd be my third, but since we don't have that, I won't mention her.
Like I said, I think maybe it's a foolish pick on my part, but yeah, Asuka or Ember Moon I think are solid picks overall, and everybody that we mentioned I think are solid picks. All right, let's move on here to the next match, the tag team match, which could end up being changed by the time this video goes up, so we might be a little bit premature with this. Trish Stratus and Lita going up against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Now, Alexa reportedly has a concussion or some sort of injury, and she might not be at the pay-per-view. She was not on Raw this week. Alicia Fox instead was involved in a backstage segment with Trish Stratus, Lita, and Mickie James. So it's possible that Alicia takes Alexa's spot, and this could be announced by the time this video goes up for all we know. I'm thinking, at first I thought maybe the new people would win, the current people would win, but now I'm starting to think the legends are going to win this, especially if Alicia Fox. This is why this match is a little tricky too. I think if Alicia is in the match, Trish and Lita are definitely going over, but if Alexa's in it, I think maybe there's a little bit of a better chance the heels win. But either way, I'm officially going to pick Trish and Lita. So, Virtue, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on this?
I absolutely agree. No matter who's in this match, Trish and Lita are going over. They didn't have this opportunity for an all-women's pay-per-view back then. So somebody from that era needs to get shine, and there you go. Lita and Trish, not in dominant fashion. The heels will heel it up and maybe make the match 5, 6, 7 minutes. But we're going to see classic Trish, classic Lita. Easy peasy. Maybe the easiest pick on the show, in my opinion.
All right. Well, let's see if everybody else agrees with us. Big G.
Well, I'm following the pattern. Trish and Lita are going to get the victory. I think they're going to do it like Virtue said. The heels are going to get their little heel moves in, and then Trish will hit the chick kick, and then Lita will do her Lita salt and get the 1, 2, 3.
Just a nice, fun, nostalgia moment. All right. What was that? Was that Diesel?
that was my...
it was either Diesel or a demon because it's Halloween time. I don't know.
Right? TJS, are you gonna go with us, or are you gonna take a walk on the wild side? Right.
But I want to know, why is Mickie James being marketed as one of the new faces when she was around during Trish and Lita's era? Kind of mind-boggling.
Well,
to
she
me.
wasn't around during the Attitude Era, but I mean, this was a little bit more recent than Trish and Lita.
She had matches with Trish and Lita back in the day,
yeah.
So this isn't like a first-time ever thing, which kind of bugs me. But whatever, babyfaces are winning. Easy pick, like Virtue said.
It's hard to think that Trish and Lita have been around for so long. I mean, they both look great, so I'll give them that.
Mickie was kind of in that era in between. You know what I mean? She kind of came out later in Trish's career, kind of right in between.
Right at the end, the tail end of Trish's run. All right, so what was that?
Do you think Lita's going to come out with her pants and the thong up?
That would be nice.
Like old Lita?
I approve.
That's not PG.
Probably not.
Aww.
I'll take it, but it's not PG.
All right, so next up we have the finals of the Mae Young Classic Tournament. So, Big G, you want to go ahead and give us the correct pronunciation of one of the participants in this match?
And some background on the participants, please.
Yeah, okay. So, we have Toni Storm, who is, I believe, from Australia. She was in the Mae Young Classic last year, and she made it to the semifinals and got eliminated against, I believe it was Kyrie Sain. And she's fighting Io Shirai, and she is from Japan, I believe. And she's a big star over there. And I've been watching the Mae Young Classic. Even though the Mae Young Classic's not even over, tomorrow is supposed to be the semifinals to determine the two people for the finals. I'm going to go with Toni Storm to win this one. From what I've been watching from Mae Young Classic to the NXT UK, she seems like a really good wrestler. So that's my pick. I'm going with Toni Storm.
All right, well, I'm going to agree with you only because I can pronounce Toni Storm's name. So there you go.
Okay.
I think she's got a lot of star potential from what I've seen, which isn't much, but she definitely has that star look to her. Although
she's really over with the crowd as well. So
yeah, I mean, you could argue also that there's too many blondes, but I think she's got a solid look to her. That is a very good point, TGS. So TGS, you want to add to this? Your thoughts?
Who is the babyface here, Big G?
They're both baby faces. It's the Mae Young Classic, so.
Okay.
Kyrie Sain won last year, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so for that reason, I'm going with Toni Storm. So,
wow.
Virtue.
Because it's NXT.
Oh shit.
I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I am going to go with our fabulous Japanese talent because if my picks hit, I'm going to beat you guys. If they don't, I lose. So
it's all or nothing.
I'm going for yes. So how do I pronounce her name, Big G? I want to get it right.
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai. Ms. Shirai, I'm going with.
All right,
Okay.
so next up we have the NXT UK Women's Championship match, which is, again, I'm not sure how to pronounce these names. Why are their names always so difficult for me to pronounce?
One is Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Rhea Ripley.
And the other one is Isla Dawn. Not sure if that's the correct
Isla
pronunciation.
Dawn.
I am not familiar with either of these people.
All right.
So
I'll start off again.
Big G,
help us
take
out
it
here.
away.
Folks, this is why we have Big G on.
I
because
would like to select last again in case you all pick the same one.
Wow.
So-
Okay.
Last year in the Mae Young Classic, Rhea Ripley was in there as well, and she was this baby face, getting over the crowd. This year, her attitude has changed. She's kick-ass. She takes no names. In Isla Dawn, she's been in NXT UK. I believe she was in this year's Mae Young Classic as well, if I'm not mistaken. And they had this NXT UK Women's Tournament that they pre-taped, and Rhea Ripley won the title there against Toni Storm. And so I guess they're having this match here at Evolution. So they're going to do some kind of build-up either tomorrow on NXT UK to let us know it's going to be officially Isla Dawn, but I'm going with Rhea Ripley to retain the UK Women's Championship.
Right. She just won it, so I mean that makes sense that she retains. There's no use in doing a title change right off the bat like that. So yeah, I think this one's actually an easy prediction. TJS.
Yep, I agree. First ever NXT UK Women's Champion needs to have a long reign, to build the credibility for the title.
I mean, Pete Dunne's had his title for quite a while now, hasn't he?
Over 500 days.
Over 500 days.
So there you go. Although he wasn't the first champion, but how long did Mustache Guy have it for?
Since
Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. I know his name.
He had it.
Remember that match?
From Chicago? That was a hell of a match, actually, with JR and commentary.
Well, that's when he lost it. Yeah, he lost it then, and he had won it back at the year before.
In January, right?
Yeah, in January at the UK tournament, the very first one.
He had it for about 4 months then.
All right,
Yeah.
Virtue. So do you want to disagree with us here?
No, believe it or not, I actually like Ripley. Hey, did you get that one?
Ripley, believe it or not?
Yeah, no, I remember
there goes
seeing.
Steve
I like Rhea Ripley, so I'm going to go with her. I'll agree with you guys on this one.
All right.
You got to keep the title. Yeah, just changing the title so quickly. I don't like when they do that. So hopefully, logic stands firm here.
Right.
Hopefully.
All right, and next
Don't
up,
hold your breath.
if you're not, like, the thing about this pay-per-view is if you don't follow the secondary shows, like, half of this card is just a complete non-interest in, type of thing. But the next match we have on this card is Kyrie Sain versus Shayna Baszler. So it only took me like a year to finally be able to correctly pronounce their names. Kyrie just won the NXT Women's Championship at the last TakeOver. So the question is, are we going to see a title change here, or is Shayna Baszler going to be joining the main roster soon and maybe getting involved with Ronda Rousey at some point? Maybe they'll even feud. Who knows? Maybe Shayna will finally be like that credible threat to Ronda, or maybe they'll just do the horsewomen feud at some point. There's a lot of different ways it can go, but I sense Shayna's going to the main roster soon. She's going to be one of the next call-ups. So because of that, I'm predicting that Kyrie retains the Women's Championship. TGS, we'll start with you. Your thoughts?
I agree with you again, Aaron. Hate to sound like a broken record, but not much you can say about it. I think Kyrie is going to have a good reign, and Shayna is going to come up to the main roster soon, like you said. Pretty much rehashing what you said there. And Big G, what do you think?
Well, I'm going against the grain. I'm going with my girl Shayna Baszler to regain the NXT Women's title. They still need women down in NXT. There's not going to be any call-ups until WrestleMania time again. Not much else to say. Shayna's a badass. I'm sorry about Kyrie, but Shayna Baszler all the way, the Queen of Spades.
I agree, Big G. The Queen of Spades is going to win this because I don't want to get ahead of myself from another prediction we're going to do. But two besties are both going to have titles at the end of this show. You know who I'm talking about. So, yeah, they're definitely. And there's going to be that backstage footage of them hugging with their title belts, and it's going to be that's going to be the big thing that's on social media anyway.
All right, so now we got the two main event matches, the two World Championship matches, the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We have Becky Lynch defending against Charlotte in a last woman standing match. First one ever, so another first in WWE. Overall, the feud has been pretty hot between these two, although the crowds keep cheering for Becky and they keep booing Charlotte. So what is going to happen here? We've seen a lot of heel turns lately in WWE. We've seen a lot of turns, period. So I don't know if we're going to see Becky go back to being a face or if Charlotte's going to turn heel. I don't know if we're going to get that, but I am very curious to know what you guys think about this, if you think that Charlotte's going to win back the title, or is Becky going to stay champion for a while? Virtue, let's start with you. Your thoughts on this?
Because it's a last woman standing match, which I find intriguing, I really think Becky is going to keep the title. I don't know how Charlotte's not going to respond, but we've seen in the past, John Cena taped Batista, and there's just interesting ways that maybe they can do this where Becky finds a way for Charlotte not to get up in 10. I think they're going to continue to push Becky as heel champ, despite the fans. And with Roman out sick, you know how they love to force what the fans don't want. This is it. Charlotte is babyface, Becky is heel. So I just feel they're going 110% with that. So I'm going to say Becky's going to retain. Becky's walking out the champ.
All right, Big G.
I'm going to agree with Virtue. Becky's going to retain the title. She won it just recently. So, and I'm not liking this whole hot potato thing going on with it. Like Virtue said, they should come up with some creative finish instead of just a regular old, she couldn't get up at 10. Like he said, use the duct tape, push the table over her, knock her through the barricade, something, something creative. So like Virtue said, I'm going with Becky to retain.
All right, TJS.
The problem with doing a finish like that is that it doesn't really get Becky over. It doesn't show that she's better than Charlotte. So you need to have Becky really just beat the hell out of Charlotte until she can't get up, which I think might happen. I was a little worried that we were going to get a double count out here, but I think that Becky's going to pull it out. Yeah, and I should mention that this is not the first ever last woman standing match. No matter how many times WWE tells you.
I know, right?
Yeah, there was a match between Nikki Cross and Asuka on NXT, and if they want to top that match, then they have big shoes to fill.
Did they call that a last woman or last man standing?
Last woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. It was just a great match, and like I said, Becky and Charlotte, they've got big shoes to fill. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you guys and go with Charlotte Flair regaining the title, just because I like to go with what I think is going to be the most annoying finish for people, that's going to piss the most people off, and that's going to be Charlotte winning back the title. And I think she's going to go on to Survivor Series, and Becky's just going to go back into obscurity. Have a bad feeling about it. I'd rather see Becky win. I'd rather see Becky win personally, but I'm officially predicting Charlotte to regain the Women's Championship. And I don't think it's going to be like a no contest or anything, because this is the first pay-per-view for the women, and I don't think they want to do something like that that's going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. So I think we're going to see a decisive winner. Charlotte's going to win. Crowd is going to boo, but it's going to be what it's going to be. Virtue?
And I would be fine with that, Aaron. I'm still going Becky, but I mean, I need something to grasp a hold of, and Charlotte just might be that person, and everybody knows why. I can't explain it. I just can't explain it, man. I mean, I've said this before. Back to when I started watching wrestling in the 80s, I always liked the people that, whether they were heel or face, I liked the people that nobody else liked. It's in my DNA. My grandmother and we always liked the people that nobody liked. So it's not that I'm trolling. Charlotte's great, right? Is Charlotte not great? But yeah. I'm still going Becky, though. I think Becky's going to keep the title.
You said you need something to grasp onto. Charlotte's got something you can grasp onto, all right.
Wait a minute here.
Hey, this is a kid-friendly show, TJS.
I wasn't going there, and Aaron, that's totally up to you if you need to do a quick edit.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Woo! Heat in the comments to TJS this time, not Virtue. Thank you.
All right, there you go. All right, well, actually, that might get TJS some points with people for being, badass like that.
I respect female talent.
All right, there you have it. Now, let's talk about the main event, or what I at least believe will be the main event. I mean, do you guys think that the Raw title match is going to close the show? Virtue, do you think it's going to close?
I do.
All right,
100%
TJS,
Ronda Rousey, money.
All right, you guys seem to agree. You all think that this is going to be the final match of the evening. I did address this briefly on NoDQ Live. So we have Ronda Rousey defending the Raw Women's Championship against Nikki Bella of Total Divas fame. The thing about this match that's interesting is that Nikki has never been in a pay-per-view main event, and Ronda Rousey hasn't been in a closing match on a pay-per-view yet. This is her first one. So this is a really big deal for both of them. This is a huge test for both of them. They're being put in a high-pressure situation. The expectations are going to be high for this match. Ronda has not had a bad performance yet. Nikki has definitely shown a lot of improvement over the years. So I think it's going to be a good match, but I think there are a lot of questions about what they're going to be able to pull off. I mean, I'm guessing Brie will get involved somehow. Maybe they'll try twin magic. I mean, there's different ways this can go. Maybe Ronda just flats out beats her and that's the end of it. Maybe there's a huge shocker and Nikki cheats and wins the title. I mean, imagine the outrage that would get from a lot of people.
It's hard not to predict that, Aaron, but you know what I mean? Like, I thought that too.
Now, okay, so what I talked about on NoDQ Live is I think if this match goes on last, that is a sign that WWE has confidence in them to close the show. If it goes on in the middle, then that might tell you that they don't have the confidence that those two can close it out, and that they're more confident in Charlotte and Becky. So it will be interesting to see if this does in fact close, but you would think that it would. I think they're going to do gimmicks. They're going to try to maybe do some table spots. They'll try to do whatever it takes, and of course Brie will be interfering. I'm almost certain of that. The question is, though, who leaves with the championship? So, Big G, let's start with you on this one. Who do you think is leaving?
We know who he's going to pick.
Go
ahead, get it out of the way.
I'm picking my girl Ronda, freaking Rousey, TJS, the baddest woman on the effing planet. That's all I'm saying. Virtue.
All right, I'm going to pick Ronda to retain, and I love to do my fantasy booking. Everybody knows that. So the reason why earlier in the show I'm predicting Shayna Baszler to win the NXT Women's Championship, this screams to me, of course, if I was writing to make something exciting, you have Brie get involved, right? And somehow you think that the Bellas are going to do their twin magic and Nikki's going to win this thing. Shayna comes out to save the day. Ronda goes over and the two champions end the show. Beautiful.
I like it. I mean, that's a great idea, actually.
You know it's probably not going to be close to that now, but does that not make sense,
that
guys?
That actually does make sense because you have Brie out there and Shayna can come out to even the odds, and she's there at the show, and maybe this could even set up like maybe Brie and Nikki could be part of a faction. Yeah. Maybe they won't do exactly the horsewomen versus horsewomen. Maybe they'll change it up and do a different type of match.
Like, I get chills up my spine thinking of that because it doesn't take much just to be a little creative, right? That's not like rocket science. It's just something cool that I think fans would like to see.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe they could do like the Bellas, Alexa, and Mickie James against Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Trish, and Lita in a 4-on-4 Survivor Series match. I mean, with Survivor Series coming up, that's not a bad prediction at all. Actually, I think that's quite solid. TJS, your thoughts?
You're forgetting a big factor here, and that's Natalya. Wouldn't it be cool if Natalya came out and costed Ronda the title? Like we think that the Bellas are going to win. Or we think that Ronda's going to win. You have Natalya come out. You think she's going to even the numbers. Maybe the ref takes a bump. You have Natalya hit Ronda with the title. Nikki gets the pin. And then Natalya holds up the Bella's hands and says, Ronda, everyone's right. You're just a rookie. I've been training you, but I've been in this business longer than you. You're not going to sit here and, overshadow me. I would love to see that happen.
Fans not going home happy, though, at the very first ever women's pay-per-view. That's why I predicted mine, just because I'm thinking maybe may have a happy moment. But.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, I thought maybe...
Not bad, though. Not bad.
I love Virtue's idea, but
Are you going with Nikki winning then?
No, I'm going to go with Ronda because I just...
Swerve!
So after all that, you're still going with Ronda.
Yeah, I'd love to see it happen, but as Aaron Riff says, highly unlikely in all likelihood.
Yeah,
so,
I'd love to see some heel heat here. I'd love to see the Bellas do their thing and maybe Nikki wins the title just to piss off everybody on the internet, just to blow up everything. And
Charlotte wins too. Ooh, man.
Yeah, that would. Oh man, yeah, that would be some heat right there. It would be very entertaining to watch. I like TJS's idea, too, of Natalya maybe turning heel. See, Ronda needs some strong heels to feud with. That's the problem. She doesn't have any. So if you form a super group, this was an idea that I've had for a while, getting a super group together of people that don't like Ronda and want to run her out of WWE. They feel she doesn't belong there and that they're not getting the credit that they feel they deserve. Bellas, Natalya, the so-called divas of the previous era, they could say, hey, you know what, we did do a lot to change things and we don't get the credit we deserve. I think it would be an interesting storyline.
What they should do, Aaron?
Yeah.
They should bring in the girl, one of the girls that beat Ronda in UFC, one of her last two matches, Holly Holm or somebody else,
right,
to be like a manager or be like, like a ringside with like Bellas and those people. Think about that, because Ronda looked so beatable at the end of her UFC career. That could really create something. Like she's trying to mentor, how do you beat Ronda? This is how you do it.
Right. But
that's a better build-up than what we got on Raw, where it's like, hey, Ronda, you're a mom. Whatever.
Well, I think in the end, it's going to be the safe prediction. I think Ronda's going to win. I think she's going to be champion until WrestleMania. I think she's going to be protected. They're not going to have her lose the title anytime soon, even in a screw job fashion. So I say Ronda wins, and maybe the Bella Twins go for the tag team titles, because we do have all the rumor and innuendo about tag team championships. And I have a feeling we're going to see Stephanie on this show. I think Stephanie cannot help herself. I think she's
she's coming out at the very beginning to say, Evolution! That's what I'm calling.
She's going to do her thing. First. But I think Stephanie's going to announce the tag team titles at the show. I have a sneaking suspicion about that.
Does it bug anyone else that Michael Cole is doing the commentary for this?
Not really. He's a girl.
Well,
damn.
We almost had like 100% women on the show, and then it's like, oh yeah, we got Michael Cole in there.
They got the female refs, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, ring announcer JoJo.
Yep.
Didn't they say Ric Flair is supposed to show up too, or something like that?
Well, which is another reason why I think Charlotte might win. If Ric Flair's backstage there, then that makes me a little suspicious.
Or what if he swerves and turns on Charlotte and joins?
Oh, they're not going to do anything.
He's gonna kiss Becky again.
Ooh, Vince Russo would approve of that storyline. Ric Flair turns heel and starts a relationship with Becky Lynch. That would be a total Vince Russo storyline. And I think it would be entertaining, but I would say there's almost no chance of that ever happening. Imagine that. And Charlotte's there, the agony of seeing her dad going out with Becky.
Well, remember when Charlotte was still a heel?
All the good old days.
Flair, so.
And then Flair would make out with Becky, and Charlotte's just there in tears.
What do you guys think's going to steal the show, though? You can't say a match you expect to be great, but do you think that one match might stick out more than the others?
I think Ronda and Nikki are going to surprise people. I think that's going to be a good match. I think Becky and Charlotte's almost certainly going to be a strong match. So, I would think it would be one of those two. But then again, you got all the NXT matches. So
6-woman tag. And that's a barn
that
burner.
one. None of the matches can top that. No way.
That'll be the kickoff match.
Oh, jeez.
Guaranteed.
I just have this gut feeling it's going to be like the UK, Matt. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be, they're just going to be given that time and have those extra spots, and we're going to be saying, wow, what a match. I don't know.
Or
I'm
it might
really
just be the
excited for
kickoff
the
and
Battle
it'll be 5
Royal,
minutes.
actually, because I actually like Battle Royal type matches. But I think Nikki and Ronda is going to steal it. Either that or Becky and Charlotte, since it's no DQ.
Yep. Or actually, yeah, well, I guess it is no DQ, isn't it?
I hope.
All right, so that'll wrap it up for our predictions video. Thank you to everyone out there for watching. Let's go ahead and do the plugs real quick. Big G, go for it.
NoDQ.com/Jeff takes you to my Twitter page. Instagram, NoDQ_Big G. Facebook, Jeffrey Hiltel. Me and Virtue every week do WWE Talk on Facebook Live, either Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights. And we have a special one coming up this week. And that's it for the Big G.
All right, TJS.
NoDQ.com/TJS takes you to my Facebook, and of course Twitter at NoDQ_TJS, so you can tweet me there, and NoDQ.com/shirts, t-shirts there. Like I say every video, we got the NoDQ review shirt that Aaron's wearing there, and plenty of good stuff there. There'll be a Black Friday sale coming up next month, 20% off all shirts. So, I mean, pick you up a shirt while you're over there. Virtue?
Follow me on Twitter at NoDQ_Virtue. Go to my Facebook, NoDQ.com/Virtue with the lowercase v. And that's where Big G and I are going to be talking about Roman Reigns Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Also, go to NoDQ.com under the opinion section. I just posted a new video, Virtue's Rage, and I bad-mouthing Daniel Bryan a little bit, and you'll see why. And I think it's honest. I was a big supporter of Daniel Bryan back during that WrestleMania 30 run when he was with the Wyatts, broke with the Wyatts. My expectations for the guy is really high, but I'm bored with him right now. So go check that out and give me your feedback, good or bad. So that's
All right, and I would also like to plug the upcoming predictions video from the ladies. They're going to be doing their own panel, all-female panel for the all-female pay-per-view coming up, Evolution. And I think they're gonna do a really great job with that. So check out their video, and of course stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. And on that note, we will see you all next time.